Hello, welcome back to the Netherlands campaign in Victoria 2. I'm your host, Robot Ginny, and yeah, this is a new recording session for me. So let's take a second here and try to remember what in the hell we were doing. Um, well, we got a whole bunch of forts here that we're building, and that is a smart idea because we found out that these little three-stack armies here actually do work, and they actually do. Unlike in EU4, where if a 50 stack would come over here and attack a three stack, they'd be instantly crushed. They actually survive for a little while, and then we get all the fort benefits, and we can come and reinforce. So that is all good, and hopefully we'll be able to hold out better against France in the next war. I'm gonna even build up some of these forts in the back here, and maybe those can serve as retreat points. Although I kind of feel like the same thing as what happened last time would happen to us, and that is once our line breaks, we're totally screwed, basically. That's kind of how I feel the war is gonna go. If we lose that line, we're in trouble, and I don't see any real way around that. Now I have a ton of infamy. Did I justify a war against? Did I justify a war against Sokoto and then like not use it? I'm not sure where I get all that infamy. Could have been. It's possible. I want to get rid of Sokoto though. So we're gonna have to let this infamy tick down a little bit to like 15, and then we'll do that. That might have happened. I might have gotten the war. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, we just got kind of beaten up by France just a little while ago, and something like that could have very well happened in the middle of all that mess. Because I wasn't really focused on it. Let's just unpause here and get rolling. Uh, at some point I might want to try to use one of these forced debt repayment casus bellis. I don't know what they do, but I'm not going to do it against Portugal because they're allied with the United Kingdom. That sounds like a terrible idea. Yep, sounds like a terrible idea. Now, I believe we are building some ships here. Oh, an alliance offer from the United Kingdom. Oh, yeah. Yes. Now the great state of the Netherlands and the United Kingdom can form together to kick the living crap out of France. Because, I mean, in the beginning of the game, we really hated the United Kingdom. Yeah, we really just disliked them. And I thought, never would I ever speak to such despicable people. But now we're feeling quite good about them, considering we really hate France now. Definitely hate France. France's new enemy number one. There's no one more despicable on the face of this earth than a French person to us. And yeah, so we're gonna ally with Great Britain against the common foe. That seems fine. It looks like I am still trying to influence Egypt. Yeah, let's stop doing that. They're in Britain's sphere of influence. Britain can have them. Britain actually built the Suez Canal, so that's great. Actually, that's all I really wanted. I mean, it would have been nice to get the prestige for it, but you know, six of one thing, half dozen of another. I can't really. It was only 11 and a half prestige. I can't really complain. Now we're forming up a second fleet here, and it's going to be our African I don't know, our African transport and combat fleet or something like that. Oh wait, here are the monitors. Where's my other fleet? Uh, is it third fleet? Oh, well, that's a really uninteresting name. We're gonna call this like I don't normally name my stuff, but we're gonna call this main transport fleet. Because that's what it is. And this one that we're building, we could either call it secondary transport fleet, or I would rather actually call it slow transport fleet, because that's what it is. It's full of the monitors. They're really slow ships. It has a bunch of outdated stuff in it, and it's really just there as a secondary or slow transport if we would just really, really need to, you know, bring a lot of troops up to the French line. But what we've done here, and yeah, I'm hoping it's gonna work out. Oh, what is this? Big game hunting: lions, elephants, giraffes, buffaloes, panthers. It looks like we're gonna go hunting in the middle of Africa. Let us leave the lion to sleep in its jungle. We lose militancy in outer Hosland, and gain 1 prestige per month until 1890. I mean, 0.001 prestige per month for like a year. Or we can just gain 5.7 prestige, and also gain, but then they get militancy. Hunting is just part of the circle of life, indeed. That's right. I want a rhino head up in our capital here. So yeah, we're gonna go do some hunting expeditions. We all know that I'm a prestige whore, so the Russian Empire would like to ally me. So did unlocking Great Wars allow it so I could have more great power allies? Is that what happened here? Because before everybody was like, oh no, you have too many high-powered friends. We don't want anything to do with you. But we just unlocked Great Wars, which means that every war now is basically going to be a whole ball of crap. Where if we lose, it's going to be terrible for us. So yeah, I think that allowed us to have more allies. That's just a guess, but with both Russia and Great Britain allying me here, and I already have Japan and the Ottomans, I feel as though something like that has happened. You know, we might be able to just check. If we go to like Austria-Hungary and we go form alliance, they will accept. Yeah, look at that. There's no negative modifiers for having too many great power allies. There's none of that. Although I don't think I want Austria-Hungary, because since the Russians are my allies, and they probably don't like Austria-Hungary. You know, I don't think the Russians like Austria-Hungary. Probably. Can I actually find that out? Well, Austria-Hungary apparently just hates France. And the Russians, they don't like my allies, the Ottomans. They apparently don't like Spain. They don't really care about, they just don't care about Germany or Austria. They really like France, though. They're not going to help me against France. United Kingdom, they hate France. And Austria, they also hate France. And German Empire also hates France. So Germany wouldn't accept. And why wouldn't Germany accept? I have too many alliances. I mean, that's fair. I have a ton of alliances. I mean, these guys also think I have too many alliances, and they're like, "Whoa, dude, your infamy is super high." But they're also sitting there like, "Hey, yeah, we kind of want to beat up France too," and that's more important than anything to them. More important than anything to me as well. So we're gonna go for that alliance. It'd be a little bit too hard to get Germany. That's another reason I want my infamy to go down. So you know what? Maybe we'll just sphere Sokoto. I mean, so I want to conquer them, and I want to conquer them basically because I don't want this splotch of not Dutch Africa in the middle of the main piece of Dutch Africa. It's really just an aesthetics thing for me. There's no other tangible reason why I should want to conquer these poor little fellows. But but wow, is that a really big consideration that I really do want to clean up my border there and kind of incorporate them. So I might still do that. I mean, I'm not gonna discount that. Still do also want some of China, but we got these great wars now. New phase of the game, very interesting. And yeah, what I was saying before is, hopefully this strategy and this idea here is going to be good enough for us. This game seems to have slowed down in the later stages here. What is advanced water? Let's turn that off and see if... Oh my god, that is gross. What? What did they just do there? Just put like black in the... like... Wow, that was gross. Yeah, we're not going to do any of that. But maybe I should, well, I don't know, maybe I should restart my computer or something. I mean, this is a new desktop-built gaming PC that I, like, self-built with, Core i7s and latest graphics cards and, really nice stuff. So, should not be running slow, even though I'm recording. It'd be interesting to find out what's going on there. One thing about recording, though, is, like, can't quite do that in the middle of an episode here, so we'll deal with it. We'll deal with it for now, and then we'll probably restart here, because I have had my computer on for like a week straight. So, damn it, I built it to handle that. Wow, factory cost goes up. I guess so. I guess we should probably have some safety requirements. But yeah, it's, oh, cool. France is being invaded. I'm hoping that all of these Asian and African and Korean troops will be really great at defending my homeland. That's why we did all this colonization and conquering, so we could have an army to beat up France and Germany. Let's be serious. That is really the reason we did this. Actually, one thing I was looking at is apparently in this game, if you start as Greece, you can remake the Byzantium Empire, which is super appealing to me. It's super challenging in EU4. I bet it'd be just as challenging in this game. And it's not a real grand strategy game if you can't remake some part of the Roman Empire at least. So I think my next Let's Play is gonna have to be. I'm gonna have to make Byzantium work. Because you just can't not have Byzantium. It's just not possible. But one thing that after I started looking at it, and I did some test games last night after I was kind of too tired to record anymore, and I still wanted to play, is you can see, they get these crisis events where they can recover, like, a lot of this. They have cores all over the place around here. But we can see that in this game, they didn't develop, and they didn't get any of them. And I even helped the Ottomans take back some land, but let's forget about that. But they didn't really get a lot of them. And I've seen other games where they do get a lot of them. The Ottomans really collapse hard. They lose all this. They lose stuff down here. But that didn't happen this game, so it seems like some of our fate is left to chance. Just an interesting side note on that, because I think the first 3 games I played kind of uniformly was positive for Greece in gaining territory back from the Ottomans, and this one has been notably negative. Which, could probably also happen to us. I don't know if the player can do a ton to swing those things in their favor or not. Because it seems largely dependent on if somebody wants to take up your cause. And, that might be influenced by increasing your diplomacy opinion of, or their opinion of you via diplomacy. I'm not sure. There's probably some stuff you can do to it. Probably growing your power base somehow by going into Africa. Or I saw what I did last night in a test game was I took Johor right off the bat. Apparently they have gold. And that worked out pretty well. So yeah, I mean, we'll forget about that for now because that's not this campaign, and we still have a lot left of this campaign. It's just some interesting stuff. I'm just trying out some different things. And yeah, we're just consolidating armies over here. We got our slow transport fleet, and to be honest, the slow transport fleet is kind of ideal for over here. Because over here, I mean, we have a lot of different islands that are all pretty close to each other and all need transports between. So it's not as big of a deal. Like over here is much more of a pain. Alliance offer from Kalat. Yeah, definitely, dude. Totally. Now, I mean, I guess I can go for Sind as a sphere too, because nobody seems to be paying attention to him. And, you know, whatever. I mean, I'll take him. You know, like before, I'm a little bit concerned that holding so many of these is leaving me vulnerable to multiple people trying to take different groups from my sphere. You know, like if multiple different countries are trying to invade my spheres and take different countries, it could pose a problem. But so far, we haven't really run into that issue. No one's really coming after our spheres, except for Egypt. Egypt is the exception in the bunch. And I guess Siam. Great Britain kind of snuck away Siam from me. So there have been some examples, but I would say the large majority of the examples would be positive for us. Whereas most of these guys, once we've got them speared, they've kind of stayed ours. And no one's really been interfering. Oh, and we got more research done. So this is great. We got all the industry tech complete. And then I think probably some education efficiency might be good. Or some factory. Actually, I want diplomatic influence, really. Our relations are pretty good with a lot of people, but I don't know, they could be better. I always think they could be better. Now I think you max out at 9 diplomatic points, so I just keep on spending them. And what do we got here? We got a crisis developing, and as much as I don't want to take the forefront in a crisis. Time's moving on. I don't want that. Crisis over the return of Serbia's rightful territories. No, I'm going to back the Ottomans. They're my ally. The Ottomans are my ally. And I'm going to back them. Okay, the German Empire is backing... who is it? Southern Serbia. The United Kingdom is probably going to support us. The Russians are probably going to support us. France is probably going to support Germany. Austria-Hungary is going to support us. So yeah, we're just going to let this develop. But we got a lot of allies now, which is mainly why I took this. And I'm feeling more confident with the number of troops we have down here. For those reasons, I am taking this kind of fight. But we'll see if it's a good decision. We won the last one against France. We returned some of Great Britain's colonies in Africa that France had taken. Just in an initial peace deal. Of course, that could have been an anomaly. Now, I don't think I gotta... I noticed last time that if I add stuff to the war, add war goals, then it dissuades other people from joining. It has a negative 30 modifier. But you know, eventually these guys should just join on their own. So they would accept this offer if we just resolve the crisis now. And then we get 32 prestige, and the United Kingdom, the Ottoman Empire like me more, and Germany and Serbia don't. And, I think that's totally fine. I don't see any reason to let it continue further. That's the outcome we want. I gain free prestige. I gain opinion. Yeah, I mean, I don't... Maybe there's a reason to let it continue further, but I don't see any good reason to let it go into a pitched battle, for sure. Maybe if we waited longer, we'd get more prestige for resolving it later. I'm not sure. But, I don't know. I'm pretty happy with that result. I'm not gonna... I don't know... I don't think I would take up Poland's side against Russia yet. I mean, especially since we're allied. But even if we weren't, But I will protect my ally. I feel like that's a worthy cause. Not only that, but it's not like the Ottomans are just like Yemen over here, and it's like, oh yeah, the Ottomans can at least do some things on their own here. They have a respectable army. They can at least hold off a little bit till I get there. They're not going to completely collapse. It's not all bad, right? Supporting the Ottomans is can be pretty useful, I think. What did we just research? I don't know. Oh, education stuff. We researched education. I think we want Impressionism. Let's go for it. I mean, we've already researched all the military and industrial stuff. We're a super literate, like 18 million population state, which is really good. I think, at least, with my limited knowledge of the game. But yeah, we're just kind of letting our infamy drop a little bit here. Wow, we're making a ton of money. A ton of money. And that makes me think that maybe I could lower taxes on these poor people here. But then I think, why would I do that? Why would I lower taxes when it's just going so well the way it is? Yeah. I'm never going to lower taxes on you guys. Never. Unless I see a riot coming, I'm not lowering taxes. I don't see any good reason to. It just doesn't... I just don't see any good reason to lower taxes on them. So we're going to keep them high. Yeah, now I'm just wondering if the game's slowing down just because it's later in the game and like maybe it's optimized weird. Let's expand some of these factories. It'd be nice to have another state develop from a colony, so that way we could build more factories in there. That would be good. I would enjoy that. Like like Dutch Java over here would be super awesome as a state, really. But we don't seem to be close still, and it's kind of too bad. I feel like. I think it's in relation to their size too, which is probably why we only own like a half region here, and or like a third of a region, and it's probably why this turned into a state first, because of the population of the area wasn't huge. But that would be an argument that would say that this should probably also be a state. I think it might not be a state just because we haven't been encouraging bureaucrats. Oh man, we are just making buckets of ducats. Although they're not ducats, they're pounds. So we're making, I don't know, I don't have any clever statement for, I mean, buckets of pounds just sounds not correct. And we're gonna go with buckets of ducats. If you don't get that reference from EU4, then maybe go play EU4. It's a great game. Let's see. I'm gonna bring these guys over here because I want my army in Africa concentrated, and then we can... Basically, my strategy in Africa is going to be let the larger country, like i.e. France, invade all of my start invading all of my territory, and then I can take my grouped up units and go fight them back. It's gonna be that type of war for me here, especially since we've removed a lot of our units from Africa. I think that's gonna be my fighting strategy. It's probably just fine. Anyway, this looks like the end of the episode. So yeah, if you're liking this, make sure to like and or subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Later.